Hey guys, Crystal here from Elite Hair Care USA. So, my client today decided that she wanted to do the big chop. Can you tell I hesitated for a second? I did. First things first, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to thumbs up this video. That shows love to all the videos that I make. But my client here has a shortcut. A couple weeks ago, she decided that she was going to grow it out, and in turn said she wanted to go natural. But today when she came in, it was kind of an off-guard situation because she really didn't have much new growth, but she also did not want a bald fade. So I proceeded with extreme caution when I decided to start cutting off the relaxed hair. That is the reason why I used a flat top comb, because I was very timid. I didn't want to make her hair too short, but when you're doing a big chop, you have what you have to work with. So as I got through, majority of the backside, I'm like, okay, she has a good amount of new growth. It won't be bald. We can continue on. And we kind of cut the sides and the back cautiously, with the intent that if it was not enough hair, then we would just leave the top and figure some type of style out for her until she could get enough hair. Because the problem was the top of her head, we thought she didn't have enough. She had about a centimeter of hair and she just didn't think she wanted to go that low. So I'm a stylist, I'm a human too. I didn't want to give her what she didn't want. But as we got through the cut, we were like, okay, you actually have a good amount of hair. So we're good. We're good to go. And that's when I whipped out the clippers and put my guard on and just went to just shaving it off. Because I saw that, okay, if I use my number 2 guard or maybe my number 3 guard, we'd be able to preserve as much as we could. And then worst case, we would just put like a texturizer to soften or create a little bit of wave or curl in her hair. But guess what, guys? We didn't have to do any of that. She had just enough. It looked great as we cut it down. I faded it out, and this is how we got to where we are now. I am in no way a barber, okay, guys? I know how to maneuver my way around a pair of clippers. I've been slowly learning barbering, but people think that barbering is easy. Barbering to me is not easy. You have to really know what you're doing, or you can really jack someone up really, really quickly. But in her case, it worked out. And then in this one, we decided that we were going to do some color. So she wanted to go into a more fall shade. So I used Pravana Ultra High Lifts, which is actually no longer available. I actually just had a box of the Ultra High Lifts left over, and it's just been sitting there, and it was the color copper. And I said, man, this actually would be perfect. So Ultra High Lifts is a good lightener that also deposits color, but it's not really a lightener. It doesn't contain any form of bleach. It's for those people that don't want bleach when they're doing their lifting services. But for her, it worked out really well because she is considered virgin now that she doesn't have any relaxed hair. And this is all new growth. So this was all virgin hair. And this was the color that came out. Isn't it pretty? And it really goes well with her skin tone. I thought it would have blended in a little too much, but it created a great contrast. And those curls just popped. They just popped, okay? So what I'm doing right now is just edging her. And one thing I tell people when it comes on to females with tapered cuts, you do not edge the entire front hairline. It creates a very hard face. So the most that I will do is her sideburn area, and I might mess with the temple slightly, but you do not edge a woman's hairline in the front because it makes a hard face. It's kind of like a guy. She's not a guy, she's a woman. She wants to remain soft. How you keep a tapered cut soft? You leave the hairline in the front alone. So when you ladies are going to your barbers for your cuts, tell them don't mess with your hairline in the front. You want to look like a woman. You do not want to look like a man with a hard line. So what I'm using now is a product that I'm testing, and it's in development. This is our Elite Goddess Curl Definition System. What I just put on her was actually our Moisture ELT leave-in conditioner. And I'm just using my hand to create a kind of like a more defined curl. And you can do this with your hands as well. And then the second product that I'm putting on her is the actual curl definator. And this is a 2-part system that I'm working on. And I said, okay, this will be the perfect opportunity to test it. And it did very, very well on her hair. I actually really love how the curls just began to pop out. And then I used my curl sponge to kind of add even more definition. But what I'm doing right now is just cleaning up any little stray hairs that might have been sticking out, because she did still have a little bit of relaxed ends, a very small amount still sticking out. So that was the reason for me using my shears, just to kind of, clean it up, fine tune it, put some detail towards it, and then we are all done. She's on a wash and go status, 100% here. So when I tell you this hairstyle came out so cute on her, I really, really liked it. And I love the color. So this is what we call a defining sponge or curling sponge. Everyone has a different name. You can get this in any beauty supply store. And all I'm doing is just using it in a circular motion, but very light on the head, just to add even more definition to her curls. And I can tell you now, I'm actually really loving our curl defining system. Like, I'm working on it. This is the last tester of it. And I just said, okay,